Most people spend their entire Nashville trip within 2 blocks of Broadway. They hit the honky-tonks, they grab a hot chicken sandwich, they take a photo in front of the neon signs, and they head home thinking they saw Music City. They didn't. The real Nashville, the one locals actually know, the one that doesn't cost a cover charge, the one that doesn't smell like a Monday morning on Bourbon Street, is hiding just a few blocks away. And a lot of it is completely 100% free. If you're new here, hit that like and subscribe button so you can follow my journey through all 50 states, from completely free to absolute luxury. And I've built a free ultimate adventure planner with budget calculators and packing checklists. Grab it at theearnesttraveler.com, links in the description. Stick around to the end and I'll show you where to find the complete travel guide for this video. It's all in there, everything we cover here. That link is also in the description. Let's start where the money runs out. Because in Nashville, that's where the magic actually begins. Free tier. The first thing to know about Nashville is that Broadway is not the best free music in the city. It's the most famous. Those are two different things. Head 4 blocks north and you'll find Printer's Alley, a narrow cobblestone lane lined with jazz bars and blues clubs that have been here since the 1940s. No cover, no bachelorette sashes, just musicians who've been playing this city longer than most of the tourists have been alive. Your second free stop is Centennial Park, and it will stop you cold the first time you see it. Standing right in the middle of a city park is a full-scale, historically accurate replica of the Parthenon, the one from ancient Athens, Greece. Not a sketch of it, not a plaque about it. The actual building, reconstructed in concrete and plaster, sitting on a hillside in Tennessee. Inside, a 42-foot gilded statue of the goddess Athena. Entry to the grounds is free. The interior museum is a few dollars if you want to go in, but standing in front of that structure at sunrise or golden hour, that costs you nothing and earns you the best photo of your entire trip. The Tennessee State Museum is another gem that most visitors drive right past. 4 floors of Tennessee history, Civil War, Native American heritage, the Trail of Tears, country music origins, and admission is completely free. Budget 2 hours minimum. The Music City Walk of Fame sits along the sidewalk on 5th Avenue South, with plaques honoring everyone from Johnny Cash to Taylor Swift. Free, open anytime, and surrounded by some of the most interesting architecture in the city. Here's a practical tip that will save you real money. Nashville runs a free trolley system that connects downtown, Music Row, the Gulch, and most major neighborhoods. It runs year-round. Use it every day and skip the rideshare apps entirely. Budget tier. If you've got a little spending money and you want to eat and drink like a local without spending like a tourist, Nashville has you covered in ways most people don't know about. Start at Robert's Western World on Broadway, which, yes, is on the famous strip. But this one's different. They've got something called the Recession Special, a bologna sandwich on white bread, a bag of chips, a moon pie, and a PBR for $6. 6. That's not a typo. It's been on the menu for years and it is genuinely good. Sit at the bar, tip the band, and you've just done Nashville right for less than the cost of a parking meter in most cities. For coffee and a slower morning, head to Barista Parlor in the Gulch or East Nashville. The industrial chic spaces feel like something out of Portland. The coffee is excellent, and you can sit there for hours without anyone bothering you. East Nashville is where you want to spend a full afternoon if you're on a budget. 5 Points intersection is the heart of it. Record shops, vintage clothing, locally owned taco stands, and a completely different energy from downtown. No honky-tonks, no neon. Just a neighborhood that still feels like a neighborhood. If you're visiting between late August and late September, the Nashville Shakespeare Festival puts on free performances in Centennial Park on Thursday through Sunday evenings. Bring a folding chair and a cooler. It's one of the best evenings you can have in this city. For a day trip that costs almost nothing, drive 25 miles south to Arrington Vineyards. The self-guided vineyard walk along rolling Tennessee hills and grapevine rows is free, and on weekends there's live acoustic music on the lawn. Wine by the glass runs roughly $10 to $14, but the walk itself is free. Budget hotels outside the immediate downtown core, Midtown, Berry Hill, Brentwood, run roughly $80 to $120 a night. Add $30 to $50 a day for food, and you're looking at a real Music City experience for $100 to $150 per day total. Mid-range tier. Step up the budget, and Nashville opens up a completely different layer. one that still keeps things real but adds some serious comfort and a few experiences you can't get for free. In the mid-range, you're looking at downtown hotels in the $150 to $250 per night range. The Noelle on 4th Avenue is a good benchmark. A converted department store from the 1930s with an art gallery lobby, a rooftop bar, and a design-forward aesthetic that feels distinctly Nashville without being a theme park. The Graduate Nashville on West End sits directly across from Vanderbilt University and typically runs $175 to $225 depending on season. For food, the name you need to know is Mas Tacos Por Favor in East Nashville. Cash only, line out the door, and the best chicken tortilla soup in the state of Tennessee, according to a lot of people who've eaten a lot of tortilla soup. Lunch for two with drinks runs about $30. For dinner, Rolf and Daughters in the Germantown neighborhood is a James Beard semifinalist. House-made pasta and wood-fired dishes in a converted 19th century factory. Figure $60 to $90 for two with drinks and make a reservation ahead. The Country Music Hall of Fame runs about $28 per adult and genuinely earns it. Combo tickets with the adjacent RCA Studio B tour, where Elvis Presley recorded 35 chart-topping songs, run around $42 and are worth every cent. The Gulch neighborhood anchors your mid-range evening. Start at the rooftop bar at L.A. Jackson in the Thompson Nashville Hotel. Cocktails run $15 to $17, and the views of the downtown skyline from that terrace are worth the price. From there, it's a short walk to any number of Gulch restaurants that feel upscale without requiring a black card. Plan for $150 to $250 per day at this tier for lodging, meals, one or two paid attractions, and an evening out. Luxury tier. Nashville's luxury scene has quietly become one of the best in the American South, and it centers on one address that most people walk right past without realizing what it is. The Hermitage Hotel on 6th Avenue North is a National Historic Landmark. Opened in 1910, it's the oldest operating hotel in Nashville and one of the finest luxury properties in the entire Southeast. The lobby is Beaux-Arts architecture at its most dramatic. A stained glass ceiling, marble floors, and the kind of proportions that remind you buildings used to be built for permanence. The Capitol Grill inside the hotel is helmed by a Michelin-starred culinary team and serves some of the most precise Southern cooking you'll find anywhere. A dinner for two at the Capitol Grill runs $200 to $300 with wine, and it earns that price. Rooms at the Hermitage start around $350 a night. Check current rates at the link in the description. The Omni Nashville, directly connected to the Country Music Hall of Fame, is the other luxury anchor in the city. Bob's Steak and Chop House inside the Omni is the go-to for a classic steakhouse experience. Aged prime beef, a serious wine list, the works. Check current room rates at the link in the description. Expect $300 and up per night in peak season. For a luxury experience that gets you entirely out of the city, look at the Inn at Fontanelle, a 2,000-acre estate in the rolling hills north of Nashville, centered around a massive log home that was once the private residence of Barbara Mandrell. The property has a vineyard, walking trails through the hardwood forest, and a small concert stage that books intimate shows. It's the kind of place where you sit on a porch overlooking Tennessee hills and forget completely that a major city is 40 minutes away. The honest comparison. At the free level, Nashville is world-class. The live music, the museums, the parks, the trolley. Very few cities give you this much at zero cost. At the budget level, you're living like a local for $100 to $150 a day and eating better than you would in cities that cost twice as much. In the mid-range, Nashville hits a real sweet spot. And at the luxury level, the Hermitage Hotel stands up against any city in the country. The part most people miss is that you don't have to pick one tier. In Nashville, you can take the free trolley to a world-class free museum, grab a $6 Recession Special for lunch, and sit down to a $300 dinner at the Capitol Grill the same evening. This city rewards the traveler who pays attention. So tell me, are you a Broadway crowd, or are you ready to find the Nashville that Broadway tourists never see? Drop it in the comments below. And next up, we're going wide. Tennessee on any budget, from the mountains to the Mississippi. Don't miss it. See you there.